Rudolph Vomit, and I'm here today with my brother, actually, PickleNutHotDog. He is obviously in the IS-4, and I am in a tank you might immediately recognize. The one, the only, the ultimate, the mouse. And if there's anything the mouse and the IS-4 have in common, it is the ability to side scrape. If any of you have ever fought a mouse, you will know it is an absolute nightmare to fight, penetrate, and it's even harder to fight and penetrate when it's side scraping. The IS-4 is a fairly common tank, but when it side scrapes, it's just as good, if not slightly better, than the mouse is side scraping, believe it or not. So what Pickle and I are trying to do here is get up to that corner between those two buildings and just go to town on people and side scrape and not have to worry about being penetrated. Well, unless, you get artillery, then that's kind of a different story. But once we get up there, we won't have to worry about artillery either. All we'll have to worry about is maybe an IS-7 and a couple of other heavy tanks. Who knows? But for now, let's pick on a T-44. Oh, poor little tier 8 T-44. Yeah, whereas your 175 millimeters of penetration doesn't go very far when you're shooting at a mouse in an IS-4. Oh, looks like Pickle put a really, really high damaging roll into him. So what do we have here? An E5 and a T-57 heavy. So, place your bets, folks. T-57 heavy and a T-110 E5 versus a mouse and an IS-4 in the side scraping standoff. Let's see how this goes. So I hug the corner first. Pickle is kind of behind me. He's angling his armor, not exactly side scraping. He does take a little bit of a hit. So I pull back to guard his lower plate, take a shot at the T-57 heavy. I missed. This T-110 E5, I actually have to give it to him. He did a really good job side scraping. I actually bounced a lot of shots off that guy. Pickle puts a round after that IS-7, I believe. T-110 E5 comes around, puts a good round into my lower plate, I believe. And a nice roll of 420. We put another round of that IS-7, and Pickle finishes him off. So now it is literally just two side-scraping beasts versus two Americans. So I pull out some more. Around that T-57 heavy, we want to take his devastating gun out of the game as quickly as we can. It doesn't look like Pickle is in too good of a situation. He doesn't have his armor side-scraping. I've taken some hits. Nothing too major, though. Bounce around off that T-57 heavy. And this is kind of a stalemate, actually. Not a lot's going on right here. But now Pickle is side-scraping. A little bit. He's got some good angling there against those tanks. Putting some good fire in. I'm getting chewed apart by these tanks. I'm reduced to about a fifth or a sixth of my health. I'm still holding up here, hoping that E5 doesn't put more rounds into me. Put a good round into him. Appears Pickle sees something to the left. Still side-scraping against this guy. He's actually done a very good job in the T-125 considering how poorly armored the side of that tank is. So here I decide to tap out with Pickle, and he is now going to take this wall because he has more health. So their T-57 heavy looks like he's going to try to flank around because he's had enough of our side-scraping. And he's probably had enough of his mediocre turret armor getting pinned all the time. So he's going to try to get around us, probably finish me off, and go for Pickle as well. Pickle takes a shot from the E5, but that E5's cupola is just a dirty little spot. I put a round into him, but I am on very, very low health, which is why I decided that it would be best if Pickle and I switched up. Now it looks like that E5 might have tried to come out for me, tried to get around Pickle and finish me off, and it looks like he's trying to do that. I miss his cupola, and I do get finished off by the T-57 heavy. And now all the T-57 heavy has to do is pin him one more time. But, of course, the T-57 heavy and blows off his tracks instead. So Pickle survives. The E5 is killed, and now it's just this T-57 heavy who's probably bashing himself on the skull right now because he literally had to pin him one more time. But now he's reloading, and woe is him. He gets RD'd to death. A fitting death. Oh my goodness. So the IS-4 and the mouse. Side-scraping. Completely unstoppable. You wonder why that battle went by so... Because when you put an IS-4 and a mouse, against a corner. Side scraping? Yeah, it's not gonna go well for whoever is on the receiving end of that. Thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope you guys are having a happy new year, a good January, and as always, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys again on this channel.